All right, we're going to be doing some audio testing with the 5126 backlit Macintosh portable. My friend James Wages was posting on Tinker Different that there was a speaker issue in which there's a popping noise every 10 seconds, which I think I've noticed before, but I haven't turned my portable on in a while, so I thought I would turn it on today and have a closer look at what's going on. So before I turn the machine on, I just wanted to show you what's going on here on the back. This is a 5126. I had this completely rebuilt a few years ago, including the caps for the backlight board. So I'm very happy with this machine. It's working great. We also have the new BlueSCSI V2. I just formatted that card with the SD card formatter software and also put the Mac Plus BlueSCSI image on with system 6.0.8 and system 7.0.1, I believe. So not a lot of stuff, just basic software. And I do have a power supply on the back. The battery is good enough that it's working and I have a fresh 9-volt in it. So we're going to turn this thing on and do some experimenting and see what kind of conclusions we come up with. So first things first, let's go ahead and turn this on. The portable turns on with any keystroke, so push the space bar and see what happens. Okay, we get the chime, which is good news. In the forum, for the post that James posted, there was some discussion about the backlight having some issues with excessive noise. I do know that when the backlight's on, you hear a high-pitched whine. I ran my own recording studio for many years, so my ears are very sensitive to various noises. So right now, the backlight is off, but I want to go to System Picker and I want to go into I'm going to boot to System 7 for a second. Let's go ahead and do that. There is a brightness control panel that allows you to adjust the intensity of the backlight. You'll see the backlight just kicked in there. Now the screen does make more noise when there's more windows open, so the whining is proportional to the amount of windows that's up. So right now we have, let's go ahead and just close this up. So we are running system software 7.0.1. I do have the MacEffects card in here, which is great. It gives me a full 8 megabytes of RAM. I don't know if they're making those anymore, but I'm glad I got mine. And you have to run a jumper cable from the card into the, I think the ROM slot, the right pin, and then it activates the rest of the memory. So I'm just gonna have a quick listen here. Yeah, there's the pop there. There's another pop there. Conveniently, there's a plane flying overhead, but I can't hear the popping. Okay, so the popping is happening. I'm going to turn the backlight off to see if that makes a difference. I don't know that it does, but let's try it anyway. So in control panels, we have the portable control panel, which is for sleep functions. Minutes until automatic sleep. This doesn't make any difference. I tried stay awake and plugged in. That doesn't really do anything. So let's just go and turn the backlight off and see if the popping still happens. And the shortcut, I think I made it control. Okay, so the backlight's off now. Okay, it just popped again. Popped again. All right, so we verified that the backlight has nothing to do with the popping noise, which is what I think James has already established. Okay, great. So what I want to do now is, I don't know that this brightness control panel lives in the System 6 partition, so I want to make a copy of it. And that way we can sort of have a fair comparison. Right now we're booted into System 7.0.1 and we are experiencing the clicking. So to make a copy in macOS, we can Option, click and drag this brightness control panel into the other system folder. Oh, I didn't hold down Option, so it actually moved it. Hang on one second. And I think the brightness control panel works in System 6, but it doesn't hurt to have it there anyways. All right, so System 7.0.1 backlit 5126 portable, we are getting the popping noise every 10 seconds as James had reported. So we're gonna, this is the BlueSCSI Mac Plus partition. I think it's one of the pre-made partitions. So let's go ahead and restart into System 6 now and see if the popping is still there. So we'll go into System Picker and we're going to switch from System 7 to System 6. All right, here we go. Got our chime. Comes another plane again. Okay, so we're booted to System 6 now. So it's interesting, I'm not hearing any popping right now. Yeah, there's no popping happening right now, which is super interesting. So I want to turn the backlight back on and see if the popping returns. So let's see if we can turn the brightness up here. Oh, interesting. It says the file brightness could not be opened. Application is busy or missing. Okay, so that's super interesting. I don't know if there's a backlight control panel for System 6, but if the one I dragged in doesn't seem to want to work anyway, let's try the shortcut and see what happens. Nope. Oh, you can see that, but the backlight's definitely not on. But funnily enough, I'm not hearing any popping noises. So there's something going on with System 6 that's making the portable not make popping noises. I don't know what it is. There was that interrupt command for shutting off the sound chip, but we're not hearing any, I'm not hearing any popping right now, and I was hearing popping on System 7. So let's boot back into System 7 again and see what happens. I don't think there was a brightness selector in the control panels for System 6. There's just desktop patterns, sound. Let's see if it pops now. Oh. Okay. Well, if it did pop, it's not popping again. Let's try this again.
Okay, there is a pop a few seconds after a sound is played, but it doesn't repeat, which is interesting. Let's try it again. Right there. Okay, so I just triggered the sound with the volume change, and then, sorry, my son's jumping upstairs. So it does click after you trigger a sound. Right there. So that's very interesting. So there is popping after the sounds in System 6, but it's not a repetitive sound every 10 seconds. It's only after you trigger sound. Let's go back to System 7 and see what happens there. It might be interesting to boot System 7 without the backlight or the brightness control panel too, just for fun. So let's choose System 7 again. Can you imagine running a portable without a backlight? Like, I can't even imagine. I used to have one actually when I was younger, but. All right, we're going into System 7 now. System 6 seems to be quieter as far as popping is concerned, which is interesting. Okay, I'm hearing popping already. Yeah, so the popping's happening right away. Let's turn the backlight off and see if we can restart without the backlight. And just for fun, I want to just try that. Okay, I am getting popping. One more check and then we'll restart. Okay, so it's popping again. So let's restart and see if I don't know if the backlight's going to want to come back on by default, but I've got it turned off, so maybe it'll remember. Okay, so it's popping in System 7 whether the backlight's on or off, or even if the backlight's off from when the machine started. So it looks like, just confirming what James had found, there is a popping noise in System 7 on the portable, but I'm finding that System 6 from this Mac Plus partition is not clicking. And the only time it clicks is if you trigger a new sound. About a second or two after the sound is done playing, you'll hear a pop and then it goes away. So the mystery here is, why is the audio popping in the speaker in System 7? We're trying to figure out why it's doing that. So I like to hope that we've shed a little bit of light on this. Verify that the popping doesn't happen. It's still happening, I mean. Huh. Doesn't seem to be popping now. Now it's popping again. Oh, that was interesting. Let's just try changing the sound again. Okay, still popping. Let's turn the speaker volume all the way down, see what happens. Okay, so when you turn the speaker volume down to 0, the popping goes away, which is also interesting. Let's turn it to 1 and see what happens. Yeah, the popping is there. I think the popping is as loud as the speaker volume is. Let's have a listen to this. Yeah, the popping is louder, obviously. So popping goes away when you put the speaker volume at 0, and the backlight doesn't have anything to do with it. So hopefully that answers a few of our questions. I will close this video off, but we'll hopefully figure out why this is doing this. Thanks for tuning in.